So in this bill was partially inspired by some things happening in my hometown of South Kingstown, but also a pro-Joe article, which is called Who Rules Rhode Island's Forgotten Roads? Advocates push to preserve access. So the main advocate hiker in that article, we also talked to him, and he submitted a letter of support along with Save the Bay, who is here, Nature Conservancy, New England Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, Rhode Island Land Trust Council, and an AARP advocacy volunteer. This was part of the package of 3 bills we had for shoreline access last year, and we made some amendments just to make it clearer this year. So to introduce the bill, so I invite the committee to think not just about access to the shoreline, but also access to nature. Places that you and your grandparents or parents might have gone for a nice hike in the woods by the river. There were many dirt roads that were town property before the widespread use of cars. But when the town decides it no longer wants to maintain it, a couple no trespassing signs go up, and now that road or path is gone forever to you and future generations. Now picture this taking place across many towns across the state, eroding access over time. Currently, towns have 2 options. If the road was once officially recognized as a public right-of-way before the invention of cars, even before the invention of cars, then the town is obligated to maintain it to vehicular standards. In Gloucester, some abutting neighbors wanted to subdivide their acreage and sell it. They won a lawsuit to bring the town road up to modern standards. The town estimated that would cost $500,000 to $1 million to bring the road up to standard for school buses and emergency vehicles. The other option, if the town doesn't want to bring it up to vehicular standards, is to abandon the road, which means it goes to the abutting property owners, and the public permanently loses the right to access and use it. This legislation provides a third option. Other states have classifications, such as ancient ways. This third option would be that they can keep a public right-of-way on the road and have a designated use. It could be for walking, biking, if appropriate, public parking, but the town would essentially decide what the use is and then maintain it according to that standard. I would also say that, to quote some of the backcountry hunters and anglers, there's a reasonable likelihood in coming years that some roads near the shore will cease to be useful for vehicular travel because of climate change and sea level rise, and will become impractical to maintain. Without this third option proposed in S-349, coastal towns will be forced to choose between maintaining roads to vehicular standards while incurring excessive costs, or abandoning public access entirely and hoping it may one day be restored. So I think this is a bill that provides municipalities with an option, doesn't require them to necessarily use it, but it would be up to their discretion. And with that, I will entertain any questions.
Any questions for the sponsor? Seeing none, I'll call the witness, Kathy Hall from Save the Bay, I presume.